I want to say they're going to win 2-0.
Well, there's a real chance. Overpass, Vertigo, Inferno, Harry and Hugo. What else do you know? Let's get in the game, boys.
Thank you very much, Trace. Yes, and North versus ATK about to go down on our screens, and I'm very excited that we get that Vertigo pick coming in second from ATK. We're going to see North tested on that map yet again.
Some real bold predictions as well, right? I think if North don't win this series, they should be a little bit embarrassed, because this is one, at least on paper, that North should be running away with. Betway agree with those odds down below as well. But to start off the pistol here into Overpass, ATK already finding the man advantage nice and early on. They have taken a kill down towards B short, and Mottom's gone back towards a site. Heavy setup towards B here for A2K, with just OC spotting over on A. 4 players on this lower site, and North are going to go right into it.
Yeah, Sonic able to open this round up, but he's someone that we speak about a hell of a lot. It's the 2 South African players there to lift their weight in that round. 2 kills between both of them, JT and Sonic. Already starting this game looking good. That's going to be the pistol round locked in for ATK over on that CT side of North's map pick. So now they get off to this nice start, you would imagine. You know, I think, you know, this little ATK roster is a pretty interesting experiment. It is like an amalgamation of the X-Singularity crew and obviously the old Bravado guys, right? But they've kind of, you know, they've trimmed the fat, as it were, right? They've got Sonic and JT. I think there was a really good case to keep both of these players in the squad. And they've assembled a bunch of North Americans around them now. Floppy, he's got to try and erect a bit of a defense here, and he's got problems with that, but Sonic does not. And oh, there we go. We all know the Sonic meme. How are you not dead? I don't know. Whatever it is. I haven't seen that film. Have you seen this?
You clearly don't know the
Well,
Sonic
yeah,
meme.
we all know it. We all love it. And ATK currently on a 4-map win streak on Overpass. Shout out to Bastion, our wonderful stat man, for providing us with that.
Yeah, I mean, as said on the desk, right, coming into this series, the veto definitely being won by that of the side of ATK, which is a bit worrying for North. Again, like head-to-head, looking at these individual players, especially in terms of experience, as a roster and as individuals playing at the highest level. North have that in their favor, but hey, right now, we'll have to see what they can do with it. 2-0 for ATK, and back to guns for North. They're going to set themselves towards B once again. Flash going over into B short, Sonic avoiding it. He's going to go back in with one of his own. Little crunch coming through. Hazy finds JT coming out of the connector, but it's Sonic doubling down and upgrading his gun. ATK owning this short water control. I'm loving the pressure we're seeing from this CT side already on this short position. North trying to take control of it with the flashbangs, but ATK countering that very, very well. So 4-on-3 right now. Rotations back over towards that top site, and North undecided as to where they want to go. That bomb sitting outside a monster alone. Yugi in the connector, Cajun over on A long. And so North are really just kind of hoping for picks at this point, hoping that someone gives them an advantage or a way back in.
And so obviously, you know, we just heard from the desk, Davey, feeling pretty confident about ATK,
yeah,
surprisingly, which I think is interesting. Mate, honestly, I feel like if that comes true, I feel like if ATK are the team to send North out of the Pro League finals, I feel like North have got to make changes, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, this is always the team that's had so much talent in it, and yet it never seems to do what we expect it to do. Like, you look at the names in this team, man, you've got Kirby, major MVP, one of the youngest in existence. You've got Gade, this fantastic player who's always good for 2 kills. Hazy, someone who at one point was considered one of the next big stars. And Cajun B, a pillar of consistency in the Danish scene. So let's see if these 3 players can do anything against the 4 of ATK. Kirby will deal with OC. And now this bomb plant found, a 3-on-3 for North as they try and lock down their first round here.
Yeah, crucial entry from Kirby, but Floppy's going to come in on that flank and take out Yugi from the toilets. This retake is well and truly on for ATK, and they've got 2 kits to do it as well. Cajun scoped up with the Krieg, waiting for the bank contact, and Mottom will give it to him, but missed shot. He gets him down to 1, but that's not enough. Repeat coming through for OC, from Sonic rather, and he has enough health to deal with him. Kirby now alone, and he's got to show up like you've been talking about him. 3rd kill of the round, going in for more, and Kirby making it happen for North, getting it all done with 4 kills on that A site. And that is what you like to see, Harry. The individuals showing through here for North. They're going to find their first round.
Yeah, it's not comfortable, it's not clean, but a round is a round, and already we're seeing some great stuff from Kirby. Now, Pimp touched on that over on the desk. He said it's been fantastic to see Kirby playing well all season long, and he really has, right? You think back to the group stages, Kirby had that insane 40-kill game versus his old teammates over in Astralis. He has been working so hard to get North here, and I think maybe he was hoping for a bit of a break, but with how things are looking right now, I think the carry is set to continue from Kirby.
Yeah, there's no break when you're in an elimination game, everything on the line. And North do not want to go home on day 2 on home soil, Harry. That would be a shambles. It does obviously hurt that their first game was versus Liquid, but, you know, again, they had a chance there. They had a good T-side on Vertigo. They had a Liquid shaky off of that flight. Motum, I don't think he realizes they could be on A. That's not going to get comped, and North are going to completely catch these players off guard. Gade and Hazy combining for 3 entries on this A site, and ATK, they had toilets control. Someone was watching long from toilets, but Motum not aware that North could have had numbers up into that A site. And 4 on 2 here for North. It's a save called from ATK. They already brought up into this round with not the best of money, and they're going to have to save an MP9 and a FAMAS.
I really like that call from Gade over on the side of North. Right, I feel like this is something that we've started to see teams a bit more elect to do on Overpass. It's not uncommon to see, especially in the first 30, 40 seconds of the round, especially when a team has money as ATK do right now, where they've kind of mishmashed the buy together, to kind of neglect long in the early stages, right, while you're expecting your opponents to hold this default, while you're expecting them to play a bit more passive. And it's something that we've seen a lot of teams start to do just recently. Hugo, you and I were in Jönköping for DreamHack Winter, and one of the teams that springs to mind immediately is another Danish team, Tricked, right, led by the wonderful man that is Hunden. They were a big fan of that whenever we saw them play on Overpass. So I like this decision from Gade. As you can see, no one on the ATK side of things was prepared for this. Poor old Motum, man. He's just rotating in. He thinks he's like, yeah, guys, don't worry, I'm on my way up to A. We're going to get them in this round. They don't even... And then, oh, they're already in this site. They're already there. And now it is just pistols for ATK in this round. That Krieg that JT was able to bring forward is the only weapon they've got to work with.
Yeah, he's playing anti-flash on the tree with a couple players on that long rock, so hoping that North go for a similar setup as to the previous round. That will not be the case. 5 of these Danes outside of the B site. I'm ready to go right in. This is a pitch-perfect round for North. A good read, as ATK are not going to be able to put up a defense with 2 USPs. Flash in, Gay looking for those entries, and he spotted the second player as well. Easy's going to take him down, and North, that will be the round already locked and loaded. Bomb plant can come through, and it's just about making sure JT can either get exits or survive with this Krieg. More so want to see him survive until that next round. Obviously, that gun is going to give them a bit of a boost when it comes to the money, and we know how good this weapon can be on that CT side.
You know, one of the roster moves that I've always wanted to happen, that I've never even heard so much of a rumor of?
Yeah.
NATO Sapphics to North. I think that
Harry, they haven't lost the game yet, and you're already starting to...
No. Well, I'm not actually like ragging on Yugi. I just am saying, like, at any point in this team's career, I thought that was one that would have been fantastic to see come through. But NATO must just be one toxic man, because no one wants to play with him. And whenever I met him, he seems lovely.
He's definitely not toxic, Harry.
Yeah, who knows, right? It is the round for North. They were only up against pistols, so you and I have just been kind of having a bit of a light-hearted discussion in this one here. But that's not to take away from what is on the line in this game, right? It is an elimination best of 3. And, you know, I think the fact that North are here, you can hardly blame them, right? They match up versus Liquid on day 1. I think out of all the matchups that we saw, that was probably one of the hardest. You know, maybe Fnatic EG was another one, and Astralis versus... Ooh, hang on a minute. Renegades, yeah, that was another difficult one, especially, you know, for the Greyhound boys, the ex-Greyhound boys now turned Renegades.
And I mean, North were kind of going into unknown territory, right, yesterday versus Liquid. They were taking on Vertigo. Obviously, we saw Liquid beat Astralis on that map just a couple of days ago in overtime, and North had never played it in an official, so it was definitely unknown to North. And I think, you know, you can't really blame them for losing that game. They put up a fight, at least. But Either way, Harry. The AWP is out right now for OC, and ATK looking to take matters into their own hands. A peek down mid, but with that smoke in his face, he will fall back, knowing that North could be around the playground. They're not. Just going to push right in through middle. We've got this double toilet set up here as well. I like the idea from ATK. OC waiting for that contact with his teammate covering his left divider. Oh, North, sneaky beaky like. They're going to come through this corner, and this is going to get very, very rough. Motov's got to hit his shots, and he does. Opens up with 2, make it 3. Oh, wow, what a spray. And OC closes out the round. No ace for Motom, but I think he'll take that every day of the week. The contact walk up to that A site for North, not turning out too well.
No, certainly not. An immediate, you know, these rifles come out and they're going to find immediate effect. Motom, he'd been very, very quiet thus far, but comes in big here for the side of ATK.
No up for North as well. They've not really had the money yet on this T side, so slow starts. Hazy looking through that smoke. He's got a bit of a gap to hold the boost, but no one's jumping up here for ATK. JT is just ready with a flashbang for this monster position to set Sonic up. ATK falling back off of this A site already, all the way back to the safety of the site. Were playing in toilets earlier on, looking to re-aggress on long and go for this 1-2 setup. Grenades going over the top here for ATK. Occasions a little bit worse for wear. Oh. Spam connecting as well. North, they seem to just love these contact plays, not really displaying anything with utility, just trying to win their individual battles. And Gade, he's going to go right into this site. There could be a triple peek right here, and he's just going to get taken down. JT traded instantly. A Sonic hiding inside of this smoke, going out wide and dropping the bomb. There's only 2 players left up for North, and they've still got to clear out this site. Floppy holding Yugi back, who will get taken down by Sonic, and it is just Cajun, tagged up earlier in the round, coming down through the connector towards B in a 1-on-3 with a bomb already lost.
Yeah, Cajun's got a lot to do, and you know, we often say this man is a pillar of consistency, but a 1v3, you've got to be more than consistent, you've got to be incredible. And with him getting tagged down already, it's a nice easy kill for Sonic there as he puts up another number in the server. He's been looking good early on, has Sonic. He's probably, I would say, you know, like one of the most talked about South African prospects that exist in the CS scene right now. And he's really showing off exactly why, right? Sat top in the charts right now, over 130 ADR, so he's looking stellar, and that there could spell some. Oh, that was a nice little camera angle, that little transition. I think I didn't notice that. That almost feels too good to be Rush. Are we sure it's him? Normally his are very budget. It is Rush, it is. There he is, man. He's working away, we can see him. He's smiling, but really I've offended him with that comment. So oh, just pistols out for North now, Hugo. And they're going to be heading over towards mid with these Deegs. AZ on one of them. Kirby on the other. These two, not to be underestimated with these Deagles. Flashbang over on the back of Gade to try and allow these pistols to close the gap and maybe find an opener. But ATK, they've read this well. They've got 3 players passively back towards this A side of the map, even running this bait and switch setup over at long. And so that means if you're North, you know, you make contact with these first 2 players in the site. Even if you find them, are you going to expect Motom over towards that long position?
We'll have to wait and see, but that's going to require them to get the entries first, Harry, and easier said than done. Flash going over, JT dodging it, and Hazy not going to be having issues finding that 1D. OC backing up to long, and this is where his teammate can come in and save the day. Motom spraying away. We know his transfers are good. We just saw them a couple of rounds ago, and now Gade holding off Floppy, coming back into the site. The bomb plant's allowed, but nothing further. It's going to be a retake here from ATK. That being said, damn good round for North. 3 kills in the bomb plant with almost no investment in that eco round. They are going to be happy with that. It will set them up to not only break the money of ATK, but also get a full buy here and hopefully enable that AWP in the hands of Yugi. Going to get to see him in that head-to-head versus OC. And he does have it in play as well.
First time we're going to see this mid-aggression look to come through from ATK. They do send Motum in early to try and scout ahead.
Oh.
Kirby gets double peek there from short. Goes 1-for-1 and gets away with some damage. If you're North, you're going to take that all day long because now you know ATK, they're going to be feeling the pressure. They're going to be tempted to go for these early rotations, and they have. Instead, though, they're gonna go ahead and rotate both players off of that B bomb site up here towards the A side of the map. They try and peek into the AWP at long, and OC will be on the receiving end of that shot from Yugi. Minute and 5 seconds left. Still plenty of time for North here. They don't have to commit to this A side of the map. JT's going to try and force the issue, and Hazy holding the angle. JT does not check it one by one. They are just feeding these kills to the Danes. And now, what was a 3v4, what was a doable round for ATK becomes this 1v4 clutch from Floppy, and the B bomb site's been cleared North. They could just duck down through connector and rotate into B.
Yeah, still taking their time with this one, hoping that maybe he re-aggresses, as did the rest of his team. But now, instead of just rotating down B and going through the unknown of that composition, they're just going to flank. Cajun coming up from that lower site. Floppy not even considering this, still waiting for an A play. He might even decide to rotate down towards B after picking up that kit, but now the AWP in his hand. And Yugi's been waiting the entire round for that repeat. So second kill from Yugi, finding his form with that AWP nice and early on into this matchup. And that's kind of what we wanted to see as well. North getting a fourth on the board, and the money from ATK, as said, right, they lose 3 players against the Pistols on that A site in the round prior, and now that has finally come back to haunt them. They're going to have one more buy left up in the tank, but past that, nothing, and even this one is not great. Couple of deagles in play, utility is lacking, but they do have that AWP at the very least.
Oh, and a triple long play here from ATK. We saw them attempt this earlier on. OC's AWP going to get away with some damage. Motum's Deeg chiming in as well. And that man advantage now lying with ATK. To make what matters worse, that bomb, one of those players who falls was carrying it. And in his dying breaths, he's throwing it into the hands of ATK. And that AWP on the long position. Now, thankfully, North, they can try and get these players up for the angle with a couple of well-placed flashbangs. Kirby, in the meantime, is applying pressure down at this B side of the map. Even if he gets the site, they've still got to go back and fight for this bomb control, and he's not able to best Sonic there in the head-to-head. So just Yugi and Cajun, and they're so scared about peeking into long. ATK aren't even playing for that bomb anymore. They've fallen back passively with this man advantage. That's
a really interesting decision to see from ATK. I'm sure they're aware they have the bomb under their control, although it is behind the rock, but yeah, maybe expecting them to get wrapped from toilets and would rather just play for the bomb sites. They know they have that advantage after the fight was won down on B by Sonic, and he's actually abandoned that site. He's pushed up through connector. This could be unfortunately timed, as North now have a gap. They have a window to go down con towards B, but Sonic doubling back, not overflanking here. And he might just be on the perfect time to find both these kills. One of the players in North hidden in the toilets, though, and Yugi, 17 HP, just a shot away from death. There's only 20 seconds left. North have got to go, and Sonic knows it as well. He's got that flank in play, and Yugi has been taken down. It's all on Cajun now. At least he has the bomb, but he doesn't know where Sonic is, and he's going to get shot in the back. ATK finding 6 rounds on this CT side, really putting North to the test, and I'm loving some of these calls they're making, right? That backup of long, Sonic, getting aggressive on B after clearing out that one lurk. And they knew that North would be preoccupied in picking up that bomb, so they didn't even decide to consider that B bomb site after Kirby loses his life. Heads up plays from ATK so far on the CT side, and it's North calling out tactical pause.
Yeah, a bit of time to run this through with Mithra. He's got a lot to say. He's got that notepad out. He's trying to make sure everyone's on the same page here, heading in to this next round. North will be able to field that AWP once again over on Yugi. Rifles for everybody else. And ATK taking their hats off to Sonic right now. He's sat up top of the board. He's been looking stellar early on here. 16-4 in the first 11 rounds. The thing that I think is even more impressive is he's been playing down towards that B bomb site. We've seen North go there. Oh, hang on a minute. They're throwing in the 5-man boost. And they get everyone up. Now Yugi given a chance, but he's missed the shot.
Yeah, I feel like you don't have to rush that shot. Obviously, you know, that player in Heaven could have been watching for it, but, you know, usually you have a few seconds as no one's going to see ahead from that kind of range. Not much of your body is sticking up, so nice try. And Motum, a good reaction to re-aggress on A. He knows his boost is coming through, and so North are going to be late to taking this mid control, and that lets him push up safely. Sonic still riding that birthday high, Harry. It was his birthday a couple of days ago, actually. And wow, he's even going to find a wallbang kill to open up this round. Kiebi getting picked up down on B. Sonic blowing out Kiebi's candles as now North look to go once again on this contact A play. JT holding the line, good damage done to 2, but oh dear, OC switches weapon before he fires his shot, and that is unfortunate. It's given North an in, it's given them the A site, and ATK are going to have to play for retake.
Oh, but Martin fast on this flank, and he's doubled down. Cajun B just about able to get that trade before he wreaks any more havoc. In the back line of North, they're very focused on holding this connector control right now. Both players for ATK coming in from the CT side of things. North now, they haven't heard footsteps in the back line for long enough that they've started to consider this. Both players are coming in from CT, but a man removed. Floppy dealing with Hazy, and now just Cajun left, but he's made noise, and Sonic is there to remove him from the map. ATK, they're getting loud, they're getting animated. A 7th round now presenting itself here.
Rough position for Cajun to be in as well, right? He hears the tap on the bottom. He doesn't know if they're sticking it. They weren't. They were only tapping the fake, and they weren't even considering that long position, still expecting him to be in the toilet. So he could have snuck, and if he did, he likely would have won that round. Unfortunately for him, it's going to be ATK going up to 7. Motum, man, he's really impressing me as well, right? That 4K spray down in the toilets with the double setup with him and OC, and right there on the Krieg, very quick flick to find 2 kills on that A flank. And the worst part about that is the player in toilets actually heard him flank, but the communication wasn't there for North, and he's able to get 2 kills before the trade is found. Fast play through the connector towards B here, and JT caught completely off guard. Flashed in the face, Floppy with 1, and he's going to double it down as they come in through that monster smoke as well. Gade is already inside of the site, and Hazy is dropped into the pit. I don't think that he realized that, as Sonic has got to give up the site and play for retake. Hazy desperately trying to force engagements, but he's found a gun, and he's going to fall back and play the bomb.
And Hazy getting away with a bit more damage here. Motum is not wasting any time though, and just takes that gunfight straight up. It's Gade left alone, and Motum deals with this threat amicably. Defuse comes on in, and that's ATK now in with another round. 8-4 up. Sonic, he's potentially on track to try and snatch someone like Config's kill record away if he keeps this up, man. Let's not forget, the bar is currently set at 47 kills.
In regulation. In
regulation, admittedly. But, you know, he's on 19-4, just 11 rounds into the game. Or, sorry, 12 rounds into the game.
Oh, it doesn't matter then. 12 rounds? Well,
yeah, that makes all the difference.
Yeah. Another buy coming in from North. Now, Yugi's on that AWP as well. And we've seen a couple of kills from him with that weapon, but OC, a similar story. Motum pushing mid. We got this boost down on B. Sonic delaying the repeat, knowing that flashes are likely going to be thrown, and they are. So he's spotted. He has been now. Gade knows he's up and above, and Sonic repeaking. I love that. Gade tries to spam the wall, but that player boosting was just enough off the sandbags that he wasn't able to go down. Yugi does get a crucial trade, though. Sonic dropped on that B bomb site, and he has been the best player here for ATK on this defense, so we might have to see a rotation now from this CT side. Already, Motum moving through towards Heaven, and North just waiting. They haven't even shown presence towards A. He's just trying to take middle with those flashbangs, but ATK, once again, this is pretty standard. They're playing the A site. They're not wanting to fight too deeply towards middle, giving North some respect.
Man, there's 32 kills on all of North right now, and there's 32 kills on Motum and Sonic alone set up at the top of the board for ATK. So we just need to see a bit more out of the individuals from North. The sentence I didn't think I would find myself having to say when you look at the players on this team, and that's one of them here that we wanted to see. Kiebi in with the double. That Krieg making quick work of these B-bomb site players. Motum tries to deliver heroics once again, and Yugi is able to beat OC OC in the head-to-head. I think for North, if you want to look at silver linings, if you want to look at win conditions as well, I think you're really looking towards Kirby to have a big performance. You want Hazy to keep up this good game that he's having. And one thing that you've been able to rely on at least is Yugi in these head-to-heads versus OC actually has been winning those out the majority of the time.
Yeah, that's certainly playing in your favour, and now North have a good chance of closing out this half in strong fashion. ATK put to pistols in round number 14, and North, I think they realise this, they're just going to go fast in towards this B short area again. ATK with a 4-man stack down in the pit. I like the idea. Something different. North are expecting some cheese. Gade watching for that triple boost towards Graffiti. But no such Gorgonzola here for ATK. They're just holding off for the time being. And I like that the only man really making contact here is JT, holding from the back of Graffiti. It means that once he makes the call that there's players on the site, the rest of these CTs can start to back up and take gunfights. North may feel for a second that they have an empty B site, but that is exactly the trickery ATK are trying to pull.
Are these pistols going to do anything though, or is it just going to be the kill farm for for North? That it seems like it. They'll farm up all of ATK. The pistols find one, but that is it. There's nothing really to write home about here for this CT side. And now we're approaching the last round of this first half, and things are pretty evenly split here. ATK are at least going to be able to field themselves one last buy heading into this, but most notably it's lacking that AWP over on OC. Instead, him and JT relegated down to the Famuses here over on this CT side.
Yeah, not the best buy for ATK coming into the last round of the half. No kits or incendiaries here, not even that AWP on OC. So North really in pole position to take a 7th round right now, and that would be a good T side, right? More than happy with that. Boost up for Yugi to clear out the mid position, work out whether ATK have this AWP in their repertoire. Right now, there's only a solo man on A, and he's committed up on long. We've already seen ATK get caught out by these contact plays from North. Maybe a bit of a read from North, knowing what they're up against, because they're going for it once again, sneaking through the toilets. No one here to stop them. And with B Short being taken control of by Sonic, they're going to have to rotate players back up towards this A site. Motum this time, aware that North could already be here. He's checking things out, but now he's found the contact. Flash is going over, and OC's going to have to come back from long. It's checked, but the flashbang's not good. North team flashing Gade, and he will go down as a result. The bomb gets planted here for these Danes, but it's a 5-on-4 retake with no kits.
Yeah, and that lack of kit is something that could hurt ATK if they don't pick up the pace. Luckily enough, they're very keen on rushing in. Cajun getting a double, but that is it for him before he's put down. And now missed shot from Yugi, having to reposition, and now left in this clutch. Will get rid of Floppy, and now just OC to beat. Yugi has been his kryptonite time and time again in this map thus far, and he's just going to run away. He's playing this for time, and there's no time left for OC. Yugi puts him in the grave. And at the end of the half, North sit with 7 rounds to their name. It's 8 for ATK as they narrowly have that 1-round advantage heading into the second half. The Danes, are they going to rise up? Are they going to take Overpass, their map pick? Or will it be ATK surprising us? Join us after the break to find out.
Now I'm trying to rewind, 'cause lately I've been feeling kinda hazy, like I'm stuck in a daydream, and you're not here to save me. Down and out, I hit the floor, all is fair in love and war, but I can't do this anymore, no, no. So take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. Need you more than you know, 'cause baby, you feel like home. was fair in love and war, but I can't do this anymore, no, no. So take me to a place I know, somewhere where I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. I need you more than you know, 'cause baby you feel like home. Take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone.
Well, it's been quite the performance thus far in this server from your boy Sonic. He's sat top of the board, and if you want to try and replicate that, if you want to get a feel, we've just been told that ESCA free to play while the Pro League is on. If you want to head on over, get that downloaded, play with the anti-cheat cloud, 128 tick servers, and play like the pros. Maybe you could find yourself here this time next year. Who knows?
Wow, that's quite an enticing offer, Harry. I love that. And great wordplay as well. You know, really making the money off of these.
Honestly, if there was wordplay there, not intentional.
Just natural.
Yeah, I guess so, man. It's in my DNA. And, well, can't spell "and" without the letters D and A. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at this round. Sonic opening things up with a kill onto Hazy. Flashbangs over into this B side of the map. And Molotov is bounding into the front lines of Cajun B. He's not ready for that. As Bunny Rabbit Molotov closes the distance, Gade and Kirby are now left in this 2v3.
Yeah, and Gade's dinked as well. He's trapped behind Graffiti. Kirby has to do this all on this wrap while he waits for a Gade to activate. JT tagged and finished off. There's the trade, though, by Sonic. That does allow for the bomb plant. They know exactly where Gade is, trapped behind this utility, and he's got to hit an instant one-shot here. Does find it. Sonic now alone, and he will close the round, as we would expect here. Phenomenal stuff from Sonic. 3 kills in the pistol, and he's up to 23 frags right now, Harry. You were wondering if he could break the kill record. Well, it was set on Overpass, and maybe it could be beaten on Overpass. We'll have to wait and see. 9-7 right now to ATK, and North up for the chopping block. Do they want to force buy in the second round or get guns out in the third? Will just be that eco for now. Gabe with a flashbang. North, I imagine, just going to burst over middle here. Betway still favoring North on those odds, but right now they're down. Not quite out, however.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget, right, when Config broke that kill record, he was playing with Gade and Cajun B back in that Optic lineup, right? So, maybe we see it broken here against 2 of those familiar faces if Sonic can keep up this literal all-star performance.
I know we're drawing all these parallels, but I feel like it is very early to...
Well, look, man, I'm hyping it up because Sonic is a gamer and he deserves some recognition for that. And also, man, he's 23-8. Like, what a phenomenal scoreline. But these are the kills that matter. Yeah. These were the ones that Config was farming up all day long in these anti-eco rounds. Yugi and Gade left standing. And it looks like the others will beat him to it in this round. Regardless, ATK building upon this lead. They were 8-7 up at the half. Now they find that 10th round there. They're able to keep it nice and clean. The pistols over on the side of North not getting anything done. Obviously, they did decide to take the full eco there, so they weren't really anticipating much.
8 rounds with 2 or more kills. That's not too bad at all here from Sonic. But let's see. North have come back in with guns, rather, and Yugi's got that AWP. Glass cannon, unfortunately, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. And no money just yet. He's waiting by connected to here for those footsteps down lower. North are spamming forward as well. They know there are players in position, so Throwing in a few bullets here and there just to find early damage for free, but right now nothing being found. ATK clearing out Con. And smoked off towards short, but they will be flashed in. Sonic taking control, and Hazy still spamming, but by this point, ATK are already past here. They're going to set up for this B site execute. No Molotovs to stop it. The smokes could be well timed, but already through before North are ready. And Mottom, once again, phenomenal entries from this man. He has been showing up in a big way. Trade is back for Hazy, but is it going to be enough? North have been segregated out of this site by the utility. That Molotov burning at their feet. Kiebi's going to get boosted up, but he needs value from this position. Otherwise, ATK will surely win this round, and I think North have realised that as well. Smoke coming down to allow the exit of Hazy, but that Molotov creates even more problems. He will have a gap, a chance to escape, but this is going to be a guaranteed 11th round for ATK. And right now, North, they may have put up 7 rounds on that T side, but if they can't double down on this second half, then things are going to get very, very difficult. This is their map pick as well, Harry, and ATK are taking it away.
Yeah, and that's scary. I mean, I anticipated this being like a full 30-round game, right? With whoever wins it kind of just getting it over the mark. But maybe ATK are just looking to flat-out surprise us here and take this second half dominantly because they're still building on this lead. That was the investment from North, believe it or not. And they just walk all over them. Now, one man who I want to draw some attention to, someone that we so often talk about over on this North squad as one of the real hopes, or someone who used to, at least, you know, with Gade, we always used to say, especially when it's anchoring a bomb site, CT side, he's always good for 1, usually good for 2, and that's a quality that makes a great anchor player. Right now, he's 2-7 in opening duels. He has constantly been the man to fall initially for this North side, and you know, being the IGL, having that on his mantle as well now, this is where maybe you can get in your own head a bit, and it can start to affect the calls that you're offering to the rest of your team.
However, obviously a lot of those stats are from the T side, where he is going to be the first man into sites a lot of the time, you know, getting the information, going in first and getting traded. So that is somewhat understandable, and that's where it needs to switch up now, right? Moving to the defense.
Yeah, I mean, you say that. If anything, I would argue T-side, we were seeing Hazy go in first a lot of the time as well, right? And he's had much better results from that.
Well, Yugi getting smoked off by his teammate, having to fall back to the A site. ATK switching things up. Bit of control down towards B. And the one thing that I'm noticing already between the differences in these T sides is North seem to go for a lot of 5-man plays, a lot of contact plays, and very grouped up. ATK, they're running this default. They've got players on A, they've got B short control. That bomb is rotating back down through lower after initially being in middle. And ATK just making sure they've got all their bases covered, not wanting North to get too aggressive and take map control behind them. Knowing you're the underdog coming into a game, even though you are winning, North are definitely going to try and exploit that. So ATK don't give North an angle to get aggressive. In 20 seconds now, fast B play. Gade getting flashed in. Great flash, but the spray is not there. Missed shots from Gade, and the entries go phenomenally well for ATK. Just caging in the pit with 1. Yugi finding the same story, but he needs to get more done. It's him and Kiebi left in a 2-on-3.
Yeah, Yugi is got this AWP in hand, less than ideal in the retake, and you're really hoping that Kiebi can find something up in heaven here for the Danish squad, because time is ticking off of this bomb, and they don't have a lot left. They do at least have this kit on Yugi. That's going to give them 5 more seconds, but yeah, no one from ATK is giving anything up, and North at this point, they've taken so much time hoping that someone overpeaked, hoping that they could equalize this out into a 2-on-2. They can't go for this anymore. So a 12th round now for ATK. Since getting onto this T side, they're yet to lose a round. And here, heading into this next one, there's no money left for North. It's going to be an awkward spot. With these 2 players saving, you can maybe see weapons dropped over, but that buy is not going to feel convincing. And I don't know, it feels like North could end up putting themselves in this situation where if they lose this next round and they're not able to save, they're not able to get out, if they go for an investment here, then you will be taking an eco up against 13 rounds. So this is a very big decision as to whether or not to purchase here.
Man, I kind of questioned Davies' prediction when he called it 2-0 for ATK coming into this series. I think I had more faith in North coming into this game, considering they are just a more experienced team. But maybe that faith was misplaced, Harry, because right now things are looking rough. 12-7 down down. Vertigo being that second map is such unknown territory here for North. We, as said, have seen them play it for the first time yesterday. They have a great game there. Don't quite win it out versus Liquid, but they put up a fight, and that's what I feel like. You know, even if ATK take this map away, I think there's a good chance North can bounce back on that second map. Especially considering there's not going to be that much to read for ATK. They've seen one game, that's it. However, that game was yesterday, so how much can you really change in such a short amount of time? Very minimal amounts. North coming back in with these safe guns and pistols around them. It's ATK looking for a fast B approach, and there's only 2 players here. This is perfectly placed by the T side. Motum blind, but that smoke actually buys him time to stay alive. JT with the entry after Cajun finds one, and Motum goes through the smoke to his death. Gade dead as well, shot through that smoke, and now the bomb site taken control of. Maybe this short player, Hazy, can find something if he catches the timing, but that bomb plant going down safely behind the boxes, not giving Hazy an inch back into the round. We have CT control taken here by the likes of Sonic. And Yugi landing a leg, but that needed to be a killing blow to set North up for this retake.
Yeah, that's a kill. We see North go for this with all the tenacity in the world, but it wasn't. And now Yugi's dead. No. He dies in the Molotov there up in heaven. Kierby's found both the rifles that were left up for North have been removed. And so Hazy, the best case scenario is either he 10-second ninja defuses, which you know isn't going to happen, or he holds on to the CZ, and he'll get neither of them. It's another round on the board for ATK. 5 in a row now over on this T side. 13-7 in their favor. Money continuing to build over here on this South African / North American team. And for the side of North, things are getting worrying. This is their map pick. It's a map that they've been able to rely on in the past, and ATK might be about to snatch it away from them. As you've been prophesizing, with Vertigo coming up next, Hugo, a map that is unknown territory for North. This is scary.
This is terrifying, Harry, and North finally going to be flexing their muscles in this round. We've got to push up towards party. Yugi is going to win his mid-fight, and Kierby is all the way behind enemy lines. This is great for North. Some aggression finally being shown, taking matters into their own hands, and it's put them in a 5-on-4 to start off. But ATK, lots of players outside of B. That grenade is fantastic from Hazy, and it does find Modem, so a further advantage going the way of the Danes as his flank comes through. It's allowed a heavy setup towards his lower B bomb site. JT looking for these Krieg entries. That smoke is going to buy time here for North and deny lines of sight here for ATK. Another kill found by this flank as Kierby finally drops a bomb down in Monster, and JT knows his back is being wrapped as well. ATK are walking into a 4-man setup or a flank, and they're just going to keep going forward. It won't work out. Gade trading, and that's going to be around for North. Finally, their first taken on this CT side. It's not too late, but it's certainly not too easy either.
Yeah, they've really set themselves up to have to grind their way to the end of this one, right? Because there's just so much of a bank built up, so much economy, so much confidence for the side of ATK. All back over in the hands of OC. Yugi's got his back as well over on the CT side, so we're going to get to see the continuation of this little rivalry between the two of them. Mid control taken in this round, and Yugi might be given a chance to shine with this big green gun.
Yeah, we saw him winning that head-to-head versus OC on the T side with those orbs, but we haven't seen them fight in the second half too much, so let's see where this fight's going to lean itself to. OC trying to check out the toilets. Unfortunately for him, Yugi has just fallen back off of that front position. It's going to get smoked. Molotov to keep Yugi out of position as well. He has to go back towards the A site. So ATK doing a good job of forcing North back into passive setups, and Kierby getting cleared in the corner of Connector. Floppy getting the man advantage. ATK, they're just going to speed up off the back of that. Flashes up towards this A site. They know that Yugi has this AWP, and they want to try and deny it, getting anything done.
Oh Yugi. Jumping over. Can't go for that again. We'll get flashed in for the peak. It's a good flashbang there provided from Hazy, but not good enough to get Yugi that kill.
That was a nice smoke thrown by Hazy. He just smokes off Monster from that A site. The only issue with that is ATK are going to see the trajectory, and as a result, they know that North don't have utility down on B right now. The only Molotov in the hands of Yugi. Okay, does have a smoke, but it needs to be well timed to be pushed through the Monster smoke. JT getting that kill, and a 5-on-3. Gade's got to do it all, hiding on the barrels.
Yeah, lucky enough, though, they've gone right by him. They haven't checked for Gade, and he'll double up, and that there might just spur North on to give this one a go, to attempt this retake. They've been inspired by their leader. All great leaders aim to inspire, but has Gade done enough? Yugi now was a 1v3, he's turned it into the 1v2, now down to the clutch, but OC is quick with the trade, catches him there on the repeak. ATK, they know the importance of that round there that they've just been able to pick on up. It's going to bring them onto a 14th now, as they get ever closer to that coveted map point here over on the T side.
Yeah, it's so fortunate that North kept 5 players alive in that one round they've picked up on the CT side. It means they're going to have everything here, or almost everything here, for the final, or what could be one of their final buy rounds. It is a scary situation to be in for North, and Myth having a chat right before we get into what is going to be the most crucial round of this game yet for the Danes. Same story for ATK. This could be map points secured on North's pick and that guarantee of overtime at a bare minimum. But right now, if we're going off of what we're seeing, Harry, North, one CT side round to their name in this entire half, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. It doesn't seem like things are changing here. Yugi on that AWP once again. But what are the changes North can bring through coming into this round? Is it going to be more aggression? The one round they picked up was one where they took matters into their own hands, and we had Kiebi on that big playground flank. Will North try another idea like that again? We'll have to see. Yeah.
Oh, Kiebi with that aggression, and yeah, this time not working out. Martin's going to find the opener here for ATK. And North, this is a little bit worrying now.
I'm just shocked, Harry. I'm just shocked.
I know, man. I'm kind of lost for words. ATK, they have really bought the heat today. And I think, you know, it's not just us they've caught off guard. It's North, right, on the other side of things. OC's even been able to remove the AWP now in toilets. This man advantage is growing larger and larger by the second for ATK. Whether or not they're ready for Hazy hidden close at toilets, well, OC certainly wasn't. He's at least pulled this back into a 3-on-4 and is able to get away from this toilet position. He is going to leave Gade here, and surely they're going to check this, right? After just seeing Hazy moments ago over towards the toilets. That Molotov, however, might lead them to believe it's clear. It doesn't matter. They're not wanting to head towards that A side of the map. Instead, they're looking for this B play.
Yeah, and Sonic's already in Monster as well. He's ready to go and get this entry. He's been so good for that all game long, but through the smoke they go. Cajun looks away at the worst possible point. Sonic running through and finding a 28th kill, Harry. He's not going to break that record because I don't think this game will last long enough. ATK looking to put that final nail in the coffin up against North, and 15 rounds guaranteed as North run wild with the save. Gade will get away with that AWP, but I am really trying to draw positives here for North. There are not many left. Dear, oh dear.
I mean, this was an 8-7 half in favor of ATK,
yeah.
And now it's 15-8 map point for ATK. North have managed to get one round over here on the CT side. And, you know, yeah, I mean, Sonic's had a lot of our attention, but another man that you've mentioned a few times, the one that definitely deserves props, is Martin. Time and time again, he's been finding these opening kills for the side of ATK. He's also been so good, once they have lost that man advantage, at making these big plays happen to turn the round back in their favor. And now we see them rewarded for this big performance. Map point on your opponent's map pick. North, a team that's... you know, admittedly, has always felt a little bit underwhelming, but still, you imagine just from the players' names in the server, just from the experience that this team has, they had a huge edge coming into this, and ATK might be about to walk away with Overpass under their belt.
Well, what can Yugi do to stop that factor? He's trying to peek connector early, but a Molotov thrown by Floppy is going to deny him that position. And ATK have been doing a really good job of shutting out Yugi on this T side. Lots of flashbangs towards those toilet areas, mollying off all the positions he's playing in terms of divider, and even, you know, catching Gade at the back of toilets in the last round. Just great utility usage from ATK all the way around, and that will not change here. Yugi having to go back towards a dice box on A. He's got Kiebi tucked in on that long corner in North. They've got a bit of short control here, but let's see if ATK are aware of it. Floppy seems to be checking for these spots, but with a man on the sandbags ready to swing if needed, and also Gay watching for that tunnel. This is a very powerful setup for North. The issue is it leaves Monster open, and those players are already crawling through. Cage has been found. Yugi killing that one man on A, but it's only a lurk. Gade's going to drop Floppy. That's a crucial kill, but there's still only Hazy left on the site. He can only put up a single kill. Gade saving the day here for North, keeping them in this round. OC is going to get the bomb plant to guarantee that money, but what can he do in the post plant?
Well, a 1-on-3, it's not easy. But he does at least, as you say, have that bomb down. He's trying to find anything he can, and he does spot the AWP of Yugi now going back. But every time he's checked Monster, it has been empty. There's been players missing. Kirby deleted, but Yugi gets the trade, and he's going to keep North in this game that much longer. A 9th round now on the board for the Danes as they grab that defuse. However, as we mentioned, it is a grind. You know, you're not going to be handed any of these free rounds if you're North. Reinvestment coming back in from ATK, and they've got all the money in the world. They can even get that AWP on OC should they choose to do so. Sonic could have dropped that over, and indeed he has.
Yeah, nice B-short control from North, though. Gade really putting up numbers on that barrier position towards a connector. Again, 2 rounds for North, and the only rounds they're getting are ones where they're taking map control away from ATK. If they fall back and just play inside of the sites, we're seeing really, really sick executes from ATK, great entries from the like of Sonic and co, and ultimately North are just not able to get those retakes going. So, yeah, it's got to be more of this CT aggression, more of this map control getting taken, and bit by bit, North might be able to grind this game back to overtime. 6 rounds, though, got to be needed in a row. 7 overall, if you count that last. And it's not like ATK are running dry on cash either. That bomb plant guarantee by OC gives them the money to buy up once again, and he's still got that AWP, so... Oh my god, that's a sick camera shot. Wow. Rush really treating us here. Yugi going back towards the connector, just staying outside because he wants to hear. You can hear a player drop into connector and run through, so he's just going for info here, passing that off to his teammates on B. They can wallbang and just in general be more ready for a connector to a B-short play. Gade spotting for that. Deep smoke on A-long, and that's great. Kirby has been cut off, but Yugi's going to get boosted up, and that at least confirms the fact that there's no one here for ATK, but that might change soon. The bomb is moving up through long right now. I like that North are remaining proactive in not losing that information. It can be scary when that long smoke goes down. You don't know how many Ts could possibly be behind it. But right now, no one getting spotted. Yugi just jumping and keeping his eyes on the toilet as well. He's got Kirby tucked in that corner once again. Barrel is not sticking out either, so he will be safe. And that's often an angle you're not going to check as a T. You're so focused on the site and the truck that left seems like a... not really a worrying angle, and that's why Kirby is so dedicated to this position. 45 seconds, and ATK just making noise outside of B, but ultimately this looks to end in a top site play with only 2 defenders here for North.
Yeah, and Floppy's done a good job of keeping this 3-man stack down towards the B-bomb site. So now for Yugi, he's got a lot of work to do, and he's shut down immediately. Kirby is making a big boy play. He's hidden in this smoke. Sonic, the ex-birthday boy, is now the ex-boy as he's shut down. He's been removed from the round. It's a 4-on-4. And Kirby there getting that has now set North up, left them in even odds at least in this retake. But ATK, they're triple wrapping all the way back. Floppy dealing with Kirby. There is not a world in which he's ready for so many players to be there. And now with bomb planted for them, a man down for North. ATK, they might be about to take North's map pick, and indeed they will. 16-9. It's ATK's map. And they'll get this one under their belt.